Hello, hello, ladies. Happy Wednesday, transformation training. And we are going to talk about some pretty cool stuff today. It changed last minute because I'm very intuitive and impulsive. And I like to change things last minute. And so say hi when you get here. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and invite everybody. That way they know I'm on. I haven't, okay, let's do my mama. I hope that she comes in today to hang out. We're going to talk about something that completely just came up last night. And it's something that is just, it's super, you guys, I don't know why I haven't talked about it more, actually. I'm not sure a lot of coaches are about to teach on what I'm about to teach on. Because they're probably like, why would I, and it's about self-coaching. So, why would I teach them to self-coach? I want to coach, right? But let's talk about that in just a minute. Oh, okay. Let's see if get these girls. Oh, let's see. Where's Hope? Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, okay. All right, and so let's get to it. And I think I got everybody pretty much that I wanted to get. Oh, wait, no, I want to get her. Oh, okay. Okay, so we're good now. I'll stop. So say hi when you get here. Hi, Susie. Hi, Sarah. It's my birthday, by the way. 38. Can you believe I'm 38? Susie, if that's you on here still. She's my cousin, and she used to babysit me when I was little. And I'm 38 today. I love it. I love it. It's my soul day. I told my mom this morning that she texted me, happy birthday, I love you, my firstborn. And I told her I'm celebrating her because I believe that we choose our parents. I believe that we know, like, we choose our parents, the people who are going to teach us the things that we need to learn. Even though, and I know some people that have, like, not the best parents sometimes don't like it when I say this, but that's what I believe. I believe that we choose them before we get here, and they help us learn the lessons. And so, hi, Darla. Okay, so today we're going to talk about self-coaching. And this is a term that my first coach told me, and because 5 years ago, before my awakening, it was like right before I really started to notice a change in my life or within me or how I was seeing my reality, and it was just before everything started happening. And I did this thing. Hi, Barrett. Hi, Ariana. Hi, Shara. So I remember asking God, please just tell me what to do. Okay, let's just start here. When you're in that place where you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know, like, you're feeling horrible. You're sad. You're depressed. And you're just like, please, somebody tell me what to do. Has anybody ever else felt like that? Where, like, we just want someone to give us direction, or we want someone to be like, this is what you need to do, and this is what you need to do, or, whatever. And so when we start seeking out, like, healers and seeking out coaches and we just start seeking information. We go down rabbit holes, and we are on this journey of discovery of, like, where is the answer? Like, somebody please tell me the answer. And so we're looking everywhere, and we can get really, like, we can go down some deep rabbit holes trying to find that perfect information. And that's what I was doing. And then something happened, and I noticed how I wasn't judging people that much. You guys have heard me say this many times. I worked at HR Syndicate. I was the HR medical assistant, and I didn't judge. Like, I didn't want to judge. And I know, like, we all judge to some degree, but no, I really was like, I wasn't judging not even in my head, of, like, when people would come to me with what's going on with them. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? So that was the first thing I noticed. And then I started to notice it's almost like I separated from myself to where I noticed like, okay, basically I started developing my sense of self like more strongly. And so anyway, I just started, researching on Pinterest, and I started following the little things that lit me up, and I started feeling better. And then I found mindfulness, and I started to meditate, and just gradually over like a year and a half where I had done all this work on myself and I was in this better place. What I was doing was healing. I was going through a healing journey, but I didn't realize that at the time. And so then then my dad died. Okay. And that week before my dad died, which was August 4th, he died August 4th. And then a week before that, I invested in my first life coach. She was an intuitive life coach, Natalie Schlup. But up until that point, I had already made a ton of like healing and progression and expansion. And I was in a much better place than I had been. And so I asked her, what is it that I did? And I did this while being with a very narcissistic man, by the way. Okay. Very to where if I allowed it, he could have just broken me. Right. But I didn't, because I started seeing things differently. And that's when I started like researching narcissism, and it led me to an empath and all that. And so I asked her, I'm like, how did I get here? Like by myself. And she's like, you self-coached. You self-coached your way to this place. And she's like, and I see this, she said, but you literally became your own coach. So we're going to talk about this because this is huge. And the reason I started out with, when you ask someone for an answer, you have all the answers, all of them. You are the oracle. No one is going to wave a magic wand and be like, you are healed. Okay. They're just not going to do it. It just doesn't happen that way. Not even a therapist. So basically my intention with this training is to shift your energy or shift your thoughts around seeking out help because you want to be healed. So you're expecting other people to heal you, and instead look at them as a guide. I'm not a coach. I'm a guide. There's a difference. So I'm a coach too, but I mean, I'm a guide for people because I've been down this journey. So now I can help people have a shortcut going down this same journey. So instead of looking at your therapist, your coach, even your teachers, just anybody that you go to for anything, instead of looking at them as if you have, they have all the answers and you have to, the cards, even cards, like the cards, you've got to pull a card so that way you know what to do next. And this Darla's on here. Okay, so Darla does something really amazing. She uses her cards as a guide. Okay. That's what they are. But some people I know, and I'm talking about myself here. I used to think that if I drew a card, like that was supposed to give me my answer. Like I wasn't looking within myself. And so that's really who I want to talk to here, as far as anybody who is seeking outside of themselves, thinking they don't have the answer, or that someone else has it, and that they are no, I am a guide and I act as a mirror. And so how do you do this? How do you self-coach? Number one, 100% self-honesty. How many times have you guys heard me talking about how honest I had to get with myself? I had to get so fucking honest with myself that sometimes in my head, and I remember, and we're going to go into how you can do this, okay, after I go over these steps first. But with self-honesty, it was almost like, okay, so for example, when someone was coming at me, like with my addiction, right? Let's say if I stole money or something, that I not always from my mom, or if I cheated, okay, let's use my last relationship. When I cheated on Daniel, and for the longest time, he was like, you cheated on me, which he did at first, by the way, but then I did. Well, anyway, I would always be keeping up these lies, like, no, I didn't cheat, or no, mom, I didn't take that money out of your purse, or whatever. Like I would be lying to everyone around me. The moment that I started to just be like, yes, I did cheat on you. And yes, I did take that money out. I'm sorry. Please forgive me, or whatever. I just started completely being so honest, not even worrying about if I was going to upset the other person. And that was the moment where I thought, oh my gosh, like there's a shift. Like I'm being honest and I feel good about being honest. But then I would go back into so it was like phases, but it was almost like I was my own coach, only so I began to observe myself. And it started by being aware of my thoughts first, and which means being aware of your self-talk. So, and I know a lot of you are in different stages of your healing. So, if you are at this point being able to calm the monkey mind, you guys are pretty aware of your own thoughts. And then you're doing this already. You're doing this. You're self-coaching yourself. And also, if you're pausing before you respond to something, another thing is when you get judgment thrown at you, if you know in the back of your head that it's not about you, you're getting somewhere. So just let me know when you're on the replay or right now, whoever's watching, just like, where are you at in your journey? And to know that you're doing this. Your healing is your responsibility and your healing is with you. You could do this whole thing. And I'll even say this, you could heal like to the highest level possible by yourself. You don't have to invest in a coach. You don't have to go see a therapist. You don't have to have anyone else at all to do this. That's something that you can do. Now, with me and a lot of my the women in my circle and other coaches, what coaching is for is it's a fast track, okay? It kind of saves some time because you guys know that when you're going on a journey by yourself, I mean, why'd you come to this group? Let's start there. Think about that. Why do you listen to my lives? Why are you in the group? Why do you talk with why are you in this space? Because you want to heal. You want to feel better. You want to also learn what you're here for. You want to know what your mission is. You want to know what it is you're supposed to be doing, but you are in a space, right? So imagine if you didn't have that space. Imagine you didn't have anything, right? I mean, that would be horrible. And I know, Darla, you're on here. It's got to be like, that's a thought you don't even want to think about because you're so about community. And that's where the community comes in. That's where engaging and interacting with other people who think are on the same journey as you comes into play. And so self-coaching up to a point where you've done it yourself, but now you're ready to expand. And that's why I did it. I was ready. I feel better. I'm in control of my thoughts, right? I knew that I'd been meditating for about 2 years at the time. And so I was in a pretty good place to now expand. And I had goals, because here's another thing. If your mind is so all over the place and there's so much drama and chaos and addiction and stuff in your life, you don't have time. You're in survival mode. You don't have time to dream and set goals and even think about what you want, right? I know I didn't. I was just doing what was expected of me while partying and having fun at the same time. But I had no goddess goals, which that's what I call them. I call them goddess goals, not fated goals, but we do those. And then we come to a point where we can actually set goals and have somebody there to guide us and to keep us accountable and consistent. That is what a coach is for. And so to self-coach yourself, it starts with being honest. No bullshit. It's literally like you're just calling out your bullshit and you are not getting offended, okay? That's the second part of not seeing it as good or bad or judging. So 1, self-honesty, and 2, self-acceptance. To accept you as you are, to accept yourself exactly as you are, where you're at in your life, and not needing it to be different for you to feel good, okay? If you can't even imagine that right now, that's okay. Just know that once you get to that place, then you're able to actually observe your life and your relationships and everything. But that's why I always start with mindfulness and meditation. You have to calm the mind. You have to. It's not even an option. You have to be able to quiet the mind and be able to sit and then hear your guidance, right? You can't hear, I get some people, some clients, and lately a couple of the calls I've had is they can't hear God anymore. They can't hear they can't hear guidance because there's so much going on in their head. That's where meditation comes in. That's where even if it's not meditation you do, at least just be mindful and get present, okay? And so you are the oracle is what I want to start out with. You are the one, you're the thing, you have all the answers. Every time you come up with a question, you have the answer somewhere. That's what I do, is just bounce that back to you. And so again, I just want to shift the energy around seeking a healer or a coach, or not because you don't have the answers, but because you need a guide to help you and a mirror to bounce things off of you. And so also, I want to ask a couple questions here in a minute about I'm going to help you with your self-honesty to see how honest you are with yourself. Let's go ahead and do this really quickly, because this is it right here. As far as when things start to really get going is when you cut the bullshit out and when you become aware of the self-talk and how you're talking to yourself in your head. Okay. So here we go. Here are a couple things. And then I have a couple other things to say, but, so let me know how you guys are doing today. And I have a creative project too that I'm going to share with you guys after this, what we're going to talk about. So it's my birthday today, by the way, if nobody already knows that. Where is it at? Where is it at, you guys? Oh, here we go. Okay. All right. So number 1, here's the question, the self-honesty. Can you see how this changed? So with these questions, it's talking about like your resistance to change. So can you see how your resistance or self-sabotaging has impacted your life, or your resistance to change? There we go. So you not being able to change, can you see how this has impacted your life? Have you experienced, okay, hold on a minute. What will happen if you continue not to change? Okay, so this is about changing. Sorry, I thought these were different questions. Okay, well, here we go. Are you ready to take responsibility for your life and create the life you dream of having? That's a perfect start. Are you ready to take responsibility? Let's start there. Are you ready to do that? Are you still blaming? Are you still justifying? Are you still making excuses? The 4 binding behaviors. If anybody, by the way, right here, this book, The Calling, is amazing. And this is what she helps with, is to find your, stay true, get paid, and do good. And so basically she's helping you find your bring out your creative energy. So are you ready to take responsibility, or are you still wanting to blame people for your shitty life? It's okay. Either way, no judgment, right? That's the secret, you guys, to not judge. Honesty and judgment, okay? Self-honesty and no judgment, self-acceptance are those are going to get you so far. Like that's the starting point of self-coaching, okay? And so are you ready to take responsibility, and are you ready to, because this is like, even Darla, remember, like when we were talking about goals, and she's like, I don't set goals. Like, I've never set goals before. And I didn't either. I mean, I didn't, and it's goddess goals though. Like there's different between the fate and the goddess. But like, if you aren't used to setting goals and actually like mapping out a plan to reach that goal, to do something that you actually want to do that lights you up and makes you happy, that's different than going to college because your dad, for me, he was paying my car insurance. So I had to keep on going to college. I'm very thankful I have that degree, but anyway, see the difference? And so are you wanting that? And this is why I self-coached. I wanted to feel better. That's what mine started. So why do you want to start coaching yourself? Why do you want to start feeling, do you want to start feeling better? That's perfect. Just start to feel better. Like, I think really with this training as well is to get to the motivation going, as far as you can change your life. You don't need somebody else outside of yourself to do it to do it. Or, like I said, wave a magic wand and do it. And so, because then this can lead you down to many, many rabbit holes. Like for me, it still does, because I research all the time. And so are you at the point where you will accept nothing less than what you truly want? Are you done settling? And even that question bothered me a little bit. Like, I'm not settling. I'm just okay with what I have. Because when you start to accept yourself, this is what happened with me. When you start to accept yourself as you are and then start worshiping yourself, pretty much like, okay, I love who I am. I love my heart. I love where I come from. I love my friends. I love my family. Like, I love my life. I love my life. I truly love my life. And it's just because I have accepted things, not settled, because the things that I'm not happy with, that's what you know to work on. See how that works? So you can be so happy with your life and still want better. That's a limiting story that you're telling, that I told myself for a long time, that if I was not happy with where I was at and I wanted more, then that meant that I wasn't happy. And that's not what that means at all. And so, okay. And so with self-coaching, with self-honesty, really that's just like the two things. Is like, you know, are you ready to take responsibility? And then are you at the point where you will not accept anything less? Like, is it making you depressed? Is your life? And usually when we're in depression and we're sad and we're angry and frustrated and we're in low vibes, we're not happy with we're ready to make a change, right? But something has to happen to spark that. Okay. And so that's what I'm trying to get at here. And so in order to break the cycle, you also need to understand the underlying reasons you've been allowing yourself to keep avoiding change. So if any of them apply to you, make a note of how you feel. So like, you don't want to change. You don't know what you want. That's a big one. That's with self-coaching. Like, that's a big one as far as not knowing what you want. Try imagining what you would want if time, money, and people did not limit you. So you guys know how I asked yesterday what you would do with $10 million or 100, whatever I put. It's because that's how you know what you want, is when if you didn't have to worry about money, time, or anything, what would you do? That is going to tell you what you want. And then that gives you focus, okay? So, and then here's another reason people don't change, okay? Your dream isn't big enough. So what would you do anything to attain? So like Darla, she's got some big dream. Hers are almost too big. No, I'm kidding. They're not too big. No, nobody ever has too big of dreams, but she has huge dreams. That's what she's got. And she also has a purpose. She has a purpose, a very important purpose. And that is also gives you direction, at least to know where to go, right? Okay. And then also, or are you letting your fear be bigger than you? Are you really willing to settle? And you guys know what I say. When you don't like something, you either change the way you're thinking about it or you get rid of it. Yeah, you know, you got those two things. And then another one is you are attached to your problem. What would you talk about without it? Ooh, I love this. I love this question. Who would you be? Who would you be without your problems? Like, who would you be? What would you gossip about, right? What would you talk about? Think about that. That also tells you the first thing to focus on. This is how you self-coach, you guys. These are the questions to ask yourself to get you off your ass and start thinking differently, right? That's what it is. Because again, we're not motivated enough. We're not going to do anything. And we're just going to just chill, you know, whatever. I guess chilling is fine. But okay, the last one is you're benefiting from your problem. So what are you holding on to? How does it benefit you not to change? And we kind of talked about this the other day. So those are the things that, you know, to get yourself, those are the self-coaching questions. So 1, do you want to change? 2, do you know what you want? If you don't, then try imagining what you would do if you had all the time, money, and people in the world, whatever you needed. Is your dream big enough? What would you do anything to attain? And are you letting your fear be bigger than you? And are you really willing to settle? And this will be on the PDF that I give you guys, but, are you attached to your problem? And are you benefiting from your problem? And so those are just to get you started with self-coaching, right? So that's going to help you with that. And so now I want to talk about the 5 selves that I was going to originally talk about. And then last night I was like, I have to share this with you guys about the self-coaching, because I know a lot of us, we don't give ourselves enough credit, and think that we're not enough. Like, we have to have somebody else that's more knowledgeable and like all that. No, it's just a guy. I'm not more knowledgeable than, trust me. Trust me. Darla, she's on here and she's a lot more knowledgeable than I am. But I'm a guide. I'm literally just a place to direct. You know, I think of me as like a stoplight of like, I'm directing you to wherever you need to go. I can help you get there. with your mind, by you controlling how you think and how you feel and then how you behave. Okay. So with self-coaching, let me wrap that up really quick, and then I'll go into the 5 selves, because this is super, super important. So self-coaching, it's 100% honesty with yourself. You have to be almost like you're another person. Okay. So we're going to do a meditation, like a guide that will help you guys do this. A soul journey is what it's called. And then number 2 is commitment. Okay. Commitment. You have to commit to something. And if you like to start things and then you don't finish them, this is where you need some help around. This is where I can help you, is if you have trouble with commitment and doing what you say you're going to do. That's like holding yourself accountable. Okay. That's also what another coach or another person is that. Number 3 is to have a ritual, a habit. Create the habit of mindfulness and meditation. You have to have ritual in your day or every day, to where you sit with yourself and check in with your thoughts every single day, which is what we're going to do in the challenge coming up on February 28th. Okay. So we got that down for you in this group. And then 4 is detachment. You have to detach from everything outside of you, to not just for in that moment when you're doing any self-coaching ritual or self-coaching practice. Okay. You have to be able to cut off from other people's judgments, other people's words, how they see you. You just have to cut off of that, all of it. And that's what we do in here too. We do cord cutting. We do the energy work. You know, that's what we're doing, is we're creating that space. And then 5 is non-judgment. So total acceptance, radical acceptance with yourself. No judgment. And then 6 is, of course, to observe yourself, observe your life, be the observer. You are the thinker of your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. You are the thinker of your thoughts. And so that means that you can also control them. Okay. So now that part's over with the self-coaching. So you have a process, and you're getting this on a PDF. So don't worry about taking notes. But so once you have that process of knowing how to self-coach, and that you sit down and do this every day, now these are the 5 areas to focus on first. Okay. And this is to get you into that place where you can start setting goals and actually going after them. Okay. Because you're raising your vibration. So these are the 5. So self-acceptance, which is kind of this in self-coaching, but self-acceptance, you have to accept yourself. If you hate yourself, it's going to be really hard to coach yourself. Okay. I mean, no client, if anybody comes to me and they hate me and I can't build that rapport, then there's no relationship there. So think of yourself as a separate person. You have to build rapport with yourself. You have to have stuff in common. How can you relate to yourself, right? If you hate yourself, if you can't spend time with yourself, then this isn't going to be working. So self-acceptance, so practicing non-judgment, and this is in your solar plexus, okay? Solar plexus energy is about self-belief and your self-identity and all of that. And then 2 is self-forgiveness. So once you accept yourself, and now you can forgive yourself and let go and know that you were doing the best that you could. Let those grudges go, those resentments. And this is what we do when we do a chakra, when we go up through our chakras, letting go of the grudges, the self-grudges, the self-resentment, the criticism, okay? Whatever it is, if you're self-critical and if you're constantly, which that's where self-talk comes into play, of paying attention to your self-talk, which we'll talk about that more. I think I'm going to talk about that tomorrow, actually, is the self-talk and becoming aware of it. And then 3 is the self-love. So if you don't love yourself, then it's going to be hard if you don't have any compassion, if you can't hold yourself and support yourself, then that's going to be really hard to do. So just nurturing that relationship with yourself. This is what we're doing. Okay. And then 5 is self-trust. If you don't trust yourself, then you always second guess yourself, or, oh, of course, and I used to not trust in myself because I'd made so many shitty decisions in the past, but they weren't really shitty decisions. I was doing the best I could in that moment, right? That's what we're doing. So instead of beating ourselves up over and over and over, it's like, no, I was doing the best I could with the information that I had. Okay. And then the last one is self-belief. Okay. So acceptance, forgiveness, love, trust, and belief. And so when you have self-belief behind your actions, girl, like it just completely changes the game when you believe in yourself, when you believe that you're capable of doing whatever you set your mind to. It makes you unstoppable. And so if you focus on these 5 places, and what you're doing is you're building a strong relationship with yourself first, and then everything else just kind of flows, right? So let me know your questions if you're watching the replay. I know quite a few of you have to watch the replay, and that's fine. Or your thoughts, or whatever your thoughts are right now. Again, I'm going to put this in a PDF, but at the end of the day, it's also having a mindfulness and meditation practice every day. Even if you don't even look at the PDF I give you, whatever, just like but if you sit in meditation and if you sit without a direction, then where are you going to go? Like, this gives you direction. At least you know what to focus on when you sit down. But then also with the intuitive side, if you guys, I've started to pull cards, or I did the other day for you guys, I pulled a card and then asked you what you thought of, what does that card feel like that it means to you? And so because it's something else I kind of want to bring into my work as far as helping moms and women and people in general, I guess, just to know, to tune into their intuition, to tap into it. And that's by me just helping you guys listen to yourself, feel. But you can't do that if you don't have a relationship with yourself. So this is number 1. What I talked about today is number 1. If anyone is starting from scratch, this is where you would start. And then this is a practice you're going to do for the rest of your life. It's never going to stop. I never stop holding space for myself to forgive myself for like the last, month or whatever. I think I do this every couple months where I'm just like, what am I holding grudges? What am I mad at myself about? Because we will, you guys, a relationship has conflict. Actually, there can't be a relationship without conflict. There can't, right? Not a healthy one. It's not possible. And so same thing goes with ourself. Like, right, we're creating this, and even just think of it as you have your higher self, and then this, who you are, as a human, and your human self, and your higher self, and you're just bringing them together into this beautiful relationship. And that's what you're doing with self-coaching, and then with these 5 selves. Okay. All right, you guys. So, I wanted to also tell you, if you guys don't have any questions or anything, I don't see any, hold on a minute, what's over here? I don't know. Anyway, if you guys don't have any questions, that's fine. I do have this, this project thing that I wanted to share with you guys really quick. And it's not really anything, actually it is. This is going to help you with, if you're trying to quiet your mind, by sitting down and coloring these mandalas. So I have a bunch of different ones. If you have a printer, I'll just put these, I'll put them up in the, by the guides, the resources, and then you guys can print them out if you want. But what this is, it's a mandala, and then you guys also have, what it means. So I have all these meanings for colors, symbols, for numbers. And so you basically just color the mandala with this. And so, and what it is, it's basically a list of meanings associated with colors, symbols, and that you might find in your mandalas or other art. So even looking at other artistic projects that you've done, or other, if you paint, if you draw or anything, just like looking at them and seeing if you have any of these symbols and things in it, okay? So as with all symbols and creative pieces, no one else can interpret it exactly for you. So always come into yourself first and ask your inner voice. So I love that, your intuition, what it might mean to you. And so I have all the colors here, and then we have, I think there's animals too on here. Or symbols. So animals, there's animals on here, birds, butterflies. So that tells you all those different things, numbers. So I will post that up in the guide section, or the resources. I'll send these out. Okay. And what this is for is when you sit down and do the self-coaching, because it's like making an appointment with yourself. Put it in your calendar, self-coaching time, right? And then this is just something that can get your creative energy going, because that's what you're wanting to do. And you're also, through the colors that you choose, it tells a lot about who you are, what you're feeling like today. Hi, Mom. She's trying to call me. So, okay, so let me know your questions whenever you guys watch this. And I think that's about all that I have for today. And so let me see what else. Oh, I want to tell you about the challenge that I'm doing. We're doing in the group, February 28th. It's just the 5-day mindful morning challenge that you guys have done a couple times, the ones that have already been in here for a while. But what this is it helps you in your day by starting from a place of balance and high vibe, right? So we're starting the day with a high vibrational frequency. And so that means that we're attracting in more abundance and more high vibe situations, opportunities. But also what mine is about, what my mindful mornings are about, is also taking you guys through my process that I like to do with my clients, as far as taking them from, quieting their mind, and then going into intuition, and then healing from the trauma, and then seeking guidance and creating that relationship with your higher guidance. Because if you don't have a relationship with your higher self, okay, that higher part of you, then you can't really have a very healthy conversation with a higher power. So that's another reason. Like, this is the base. This is the foundation. If you don't have a strong foundation, then you're going to, that's why we fall all the time. But this is why I'm here, because I've done this stuff. This is what I've done. I've self-coached. The 5 selves are things I check in with every day. I've controlled my thought. I've gotten down to where I can control what I think about. Therefore, I control how I feel. Therefore, then I control my behavior. And so if you feel stuck, it's because it starts with changing your behavior to yourself, which is what this process is going to do. Okay. Okay. So we did that. Okay. So with the challenge, real quick, again, sorry. So the first day, it's about belief. Then we're going to go into, I'm actually going to go into healing after belief, and then intuition, guidance, and then purpose. And we do that over 5 days. And so you pretty much are just going to see what my process is when it comes to stepping into your power, taking your power back, knowing who you are, stepping into your truth, speaking your truth, because you have past life stuff that's going on. Also, that's stuck in your DNA. And so it just takes us getting quiet and getting present. And so, again, let me know if you have any questions. I cannot, for some reason, I can't see any comments. So I don't, and I know Darla, you're on here, so I'm pretty sure. So anyway, I will answer questions when I get off of here and look. I can't see them. But okay, so I think that's it, since I can't see any questions or anything. Also, I just feel like there's one more thing I need to tell you, and I don't remember what it is. I don't know, but you know what? I'm going to pull a card for the group. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I want to do right now. I'm going to pull a card for the group from the Angels in Our Biz, because I haven't used them in a while. Oh, shoot. Or this one. Actually, here, let's see. Let's do the Angels in Our Biz. And I'd really love to know what you guys are doing right now, as far as how are you sitting down and doing all of it? What are you doing? Where are you at in your process as far as the self-coaching or feeling better, and where your mind is? And so tomorrow, what I'm talking about with tomorrow is I'm going to do a little thing over how to control your thoughts. So that is what I'm going to jump on and do it tomorrow night, I think. Is when I'm going to do it. And so here we go. So here's just a little guidance for today. And so we would just ask guidance or spirit guides. What do we need to know today? What does the group need to know? What do we need to know? Whoever's on this training right now. So soulmate client. Your dream clients are in your heart. And so really how I interpret this, it is soulmate connections, soulmate co-workers, soulmate friends, soulmate, like you have these soulmate connections that you make. Oh, okay, trying to manifest more and really control my overthinking. Okay, Okay, there you go. So overthinking. So when we overthink, then it's hard to like, yeah, I totally understand. Overthinking is difficult. So that's where presence comes in. Like, especially when we know that we're doing it a lot. So like when we start to overthink, we just, okay, I got to stop myself. And it's that self-control. Sorry, that was one thing that I meant to put on here was self-control. Because that's huge in it as far as having that control of knowing like, okay, I am going out. Like I'm thinking way too much right now and just breathing and just getting present. And so that is what helped me the most with the overthinking for sure. Darla, our tribe. Yes. And so, and that's what I put on, I think on my, personal page when I posted this was like, when you do this work, it's going to help you find your tribe. It's going to help you find your people. Self-sabotage. Oh, yes. And this is where subconscious work comes in too, Susie. I don't know if you saw the, I think you did see this, the reprogramming the subconscious mind. And it starts like you do it by getting present and relaxing. That's how we do it. That's the only way. And then also with hypnosis, I've been learning a couple more induction methods, and it's really like, there's called like the confusion. There's like a confusion one, a surprise, stuff like that. But when we're by ourselves, like all we have to do is just, and I know I make it sound so simple, but I know it's not simple. I know it's not at first. It's just a muscle. But just every time you sit down to do this work, and I'll put some affirmations and stuff on the PDF. It can be hard, but it's also making it a priority. If you don't make it a priority to do this work as moms and as caregivers and nurturers, we're not going to do it, right? So it's like just baby steps. That's what's so hard to do is relax in the moment. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And it is hard to do that is when your mind is going like that. And so it's just consistency with, and like so that is a reason that I would get on a call with you, or those clarity calls are for that. And so we can just do that together. Okay. So it's really not easier, but, and let me know what you guys think about this, but like, when I first started doing this, I couldn't relax either, Susie, unless the person who's guiding the meditation start like how I do it, how I start at the top of the head and I actually speak. I speak the parts of your body. So like the forehead, going down your cheeks, like that guided progressive relaxation. That was the only way that I could relax. And so then that's what I started to get on with my coach. Like that's what I started to do, or listen to, I listened to some for a couple years. And then when I started working with Natalie, that's what I like to do, was to be able to have someone tell me, okay, go ahead. It's almost like we're just holding space for you to do it because you don't feel, you don't feel safe enough at the moment because you're thinking so much, right? So that's the reason though that, you would want to work with a coach or a facilitator, like a meditation facilitator. Like that's what I am, just to facilitate that into your day. And then you can go back and do whatever you got to do. But, and it can only be like 15 minutes. But that is really the point behind why I do these in the group too, is just to kind of give you guys direction, and to just be able to shut off the world for a little bit. And so we can do that right now if you want. If you have time to do it right now, I'll do it for you right now. I have no problem at all of just taking you down the body and being able to, because another thing happens when you're constricted and stressed and overthinking all the time, like if it's hard for you to relax, your body is not conditioned for that. It is for like, and plus you're busy. I know you worked on like the airlines for a long time, right? So like, I don't know what you're doing now, but like, I know that you've always been a really busy, person, and you're a light. You're definitely a light in this world, but yes. So let me know, and I would do it on here, or I'll do it later. I'll probably come on later and do it anyway, because I kind of feel like it. And so, okay, I think that's all that I have. If you guys don't have any more questions, or just like, let me know where you're at with this. It's where I'm going to leave you as far as how are you self-coaching yourself? What are you self-coaching? And you're self-coaching all the time, whether it be to healing or to self-sabotage, you know, or to sabotaging. We're coaching ourselves. And you know, coaching, you would want to be like, no, that's so kind of helping me get to somewhere good so I can reach a goal. Well, maybe you have a goal to ruin someone's life, which sucks. You know, I heard somebody say that last night on a show, like, I'm off to ruin someone's life. And I was like, I could never imagine saying that, like, ever. I don't know. But you're coaching yourself constantly. So are you going to coach yourself to feel better? Or are you going to coach yourself to stay stuck in low vibes? Like, which one are you going to choose to do? It's your decision. Practice never give up or end. Yes, never. And I almost feel like it, Darla, I know for you and for myself, it's become a way of life. Like, this is our life. Our life is like a moving prayer. It really is. Is no matter what we do or where we're working, who we're around, this is a priority. Okay. It doesn't matter how busy we are or what our yes, our kids matter. But if we're not in the right mind space and we are not okay, how can we show up to be okay for everybody else? And so this is number one in my life, even over, you know, not over my kids, but I mean, it is, I do need to be there for them. So this is more important sometimes. And if it's more important sometimes, it's okay. You're not a bad mom for saying that I'm important right now. I need to go somewhere and relax, because here's something else that happens when you don't relax or you're not able to, is that energy stuck. And so then health things end up coming up, health problems or, you know, pain and stuff. And so just being able to relax your body, if that's all that you do, you are literally, you're healing on a physical level when you do that as well. Okay. Okay. So I'll let you guys go. I hope that you had some aha moments. Let me know what your thoughts are. This is something, again, like, why would I be telling you when I'm a coach? Because I'm not, I'm a healer and I hold the space for you, but I'm a guide. That's literally what I am. And in this world, I'm just a guide to help you raise your vibration. Okay. So I love you guys. I believe in you. Go do big things. Let me know about them. And then if you want to get on a call to do what I was telling Susie about, just to either do some meditation together, we can clear your energy together in 30 minutes. That's what it's for. Or then we can talk about working further together if you'd like. If not, at least you clear your energy. At least you relax. At least you kind of have some meditation training. Whatever it is you need to start getting in control of your mind. That is the end reason. That's the end goal, is being able to see the space between your thoughts and know that they are not who you are. Okay. That is the end goal, of knowing that you're in control. Okay. And a higher power, but you're in control. It's taking that control back. So, okay, guys, have a good day. Love you.